God was saying, is there anything you want? Is there something that would just delight your heart? Through the years, Dr. Bright, he was passionate about reaching the entire world with the gospel. But it wasn't until many years later that I realized he kind of had a favorite that he was praying for. And he had been praying and praying and praying for the doors to open in the Soviet Union. He had this great vision of taking a choir over to Russia at Easter time. And we all thought, yeah, okay, that's a Dr. Bright vision for sure, because it just seemed impossible. But sure enough, we went over. It was the Easter of '91. And we took this big choir to sing for Russian people the gospel. It was just such a beautiful, beautiful experience to see something that seemed so impossible, that God opened doors, that the impossible became possible because Dr. Bright and probably countless other believers had been praying for open doors. And throughout the years on staff, Dr. Bright would always call us to believe God for big things, impossible things. And I remember one time I felt like God was saying, what do you want to believe me for? What would be the most crazy thing that you could ever imagine doing that I could open the door for you to do? And so I'm thinking, okay, the craziest is that I would be asked to sing at a Billy Graham crusade. That's pretty crazy, you know. And so once that was done, God opened the door to allow me to sing at a Billy Graham crusade. And it was kind of like he's saying, okay, now what? And it just opened up this, world of joy of saying, okay, I guess I can believe you for crazy things. Because it wasn't just somebody else's vision that, as I'm a helper, I like to come alongside. And so it's easy to just kind of merge and meld into other people's vision. But God was saying, is there anything you want? Is there something that would just delight your heart? And some of those things have been marriage, children, and to see how God continues to say, what are you believing me for? And watch him do the impossible. And to have my personal story of watching God do the impossible, it gives me hope. So what is it that you might want to believe God for? What feels so outrageous and so impossible that God might do for you? You see him do it for other people. But if he came to you and said, what would you like me to do for you? Just like he asked the blind man, what is it that you want? What would you say to him?